And here in the Nicholas County Grizzlies locker room with Gene Morris, head coach. Gene, kind of the story tonight of this game, I thought was the first half. You guys started in their territory, I think, on all 6 of your possessions, scored on all 6 of those, scored a defensive touchdown. How key was it to start on that side of the ball and shorten that field?
Well, we wanted to get off to a good start, and that was key. We took one on the chin last week, and we had talked about that and trying to get to a fast start and get off to a good start. And we happened to get a turnover there, and we were able to put a quick score on the board. And I really just think it kind of snowballed from there. It really did, and it was very important for us to be able to start quick. And we had 21 points in the first quarter, and that's just one of those things that you're very fortunate as a coach to have happen. And we were able to get the ball rolling.
If I'm not mistaken, I think 4 turnovers in the first half.
Yes.
And you scored on all 4 of those.
We did. We had in one of them we had a scoop and score. With Kaleb.
Right.
With our outside linebacker, I think Aaron Johnson was able to make the tackle and kind of jar it loose, and it bounced right up to Kaleb, and he was able to take it in. So, getting off to that fast start was really important. The guys worked extremely hard this week, and kind of our motto for last week was you're going to win games Monday through Thursday. You're not just going to win them on Friday, and you got to prepare. We got to prepare better than we had last week.
You got a guy like Kaleb Clark. I mean, that kind of opens the door for other people too, doesn't it? I mean, you had Wes Hill and Alex pretty able to score rushing touchdowns. I mean, and that's a lot on your line as well.
Without a doubt. Kaleb is a good running back. There's no doubt about it. And the offensive line do a tremendous job. And Caleb's vision's getting a lot better. And, with what we're doing in our offense, it's kind of one of those things where you can't really key on one back. And we try to use a little bit of misdirection. And Bryson Morstan didn't have a great game rushing. We didn't ask him to rush the ball very much tonight. And usually, a lot of times, he'll be able to do some reads and run up there. And then we'll run some traps with the quarterback and do those type things. So, keying on Kaleb is something that we're kind of, I think teams will start doing a little bit. But, we have some other weapons. And, I think getting the ball to Alex Pritt, getting the ball to Eden Adair, those guys. I mean, that's very important for us to be able to get Wes Hill the football. So a lot of those guys, a lot of those athletes need touches.
Well, talking about Wes, he's a guy that had he's returned the second half kickoff twice in each of the last weeks. Talk about that aspect of his game, the special teams, and how important that is to you. Tonight, the score was what it was at the half, is what it was.
Right.
But, still a kickoff return to start the second half.
When you have a weapon back there that is someone like Wes Hill that can take it deep, we've had guys like that in the past, and it's one of those where a lot of times it'll force kickoff teams to kick the ball short, and it'll give you good field position when that happens. And, they're just kind of leery about kicking it back to Alex Pritt or, Wes Hill. And, that you can't blame them, but a lot of times they'll kick it to the up back and you end up getting the ball about the 35, 45-yard line. And that's really a good, statistically speaking, your percentages of being able to score go way up when you get the ball close to midfield like that on a kickoff.
Well, we mentioned the turnovers, but your run defense, too. I think some of your guys were mentioning that to me. Our run defense has gotten better this year. And I think that was probably a key, keeping them backed up in their own on their own side of the field as well. Wouldn't you say that run defense was pretty good tonight for you guys?
Well, it has been. We've given up, just not quite as many yards, as we have passing wise. I mean, that's one of the things we pride ourselves on, is being able to stop the running game in high school football. And I really think if you can do that, then you've got a good chance of winning. And it's just about, it's more about attitude than scheme. I mean, you got to fly to it. You've got to get your reads. You've got to get your keys. And we basically call it cake. We really do. It comes down from getting the call, getting the line right, reading your keys, and then execute. That's what we want to do on defense, and we want to get after it. We want to make sure we swarm the ball carrier, and that's what causes turnovers. And we were fortunate enough tonight to get a couple.
So you have your cake and eat it too?
Well, I don't. We just have that little acronym thrown out there so everybody understands what we want, and you got to get lined up properly. You don't want to give gaps away, and so I think Jeff Gerard does a great job as the middle linebacker, making sure we all get lined up right and getting those calls.
How's
in.
that go again? The acronym CAKE?
Cake. Get the call, get your alignment, get your key, and then execute. And that's what we have to do.
And the execution tonight to finish that off.
Yes, I thought it was tremendous. I thought our swarming to the ball was great. I like to see 7, 8 hats around the ball. That's what we want to do. We want guys running to the football.
I know Jimmy told me that you guys talked after the game, and you knew they were down some personnel.
Right.
The decision to go 8 minutes, was that a mutual thing?
Yes, I
in the second
mean,
half?
I had mentioned to the
talked to him, or-
officials. I had mentioned to the officials if he wanted to do that, I was okay with it. I know he was, kind of shorthanded, so to speak, tonight with some of his athletes being out, and it was the game was well in hand, and the last thing you want to do is get out there and embarrass another team or have a score that's just real lopsided, and that to me isn't what it's about. And if they're banged up, they've had enough, and we just wanted to shorten it up just a little bit to make sure that we could get our substitutes in, get the JVs in just a little bit, let them play some, and call it a night. I mean the game was in hand, and the outcome was already determined basically at that point.
All right, Gene, I appreciate it. I guess I would say you can go home and have that celebratory piece of cake, but I guess you already had it this evening with the.
Well, that's what we do.
Defense, right?
We try. Yes, sir. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Gene.